I'm Ken Miller with UCN Live, and I'm here with Mike Tyson, Mr. Mike Tyson. Mike, it's such an honor to see you again.
Always,
and it's such
always,
a privilege
always,
to be in your
always,
presence
man.
again.
It's all good, brother.
How you doing, man?
I feel good, I guess. At the moment, I feel real good.
Obviously, this is a big week for the sport of boxing here in Las Vegas, at a building that many people who really know the story behind the MGM Grand, you built. What's your thoughts about the event and the particulars of the two combatants?
I think this is an immensely tremendous, monumental event because of the magnitude of the finance, the magnitude of the just the populace of the people, and it's been a long time since Vegas has really, had this the spotlight on it of the world, and it's never too good when we have events like this. That's just really what I believe. The two fighters, in order to make a good fight, a super fight, it always has to be, and listen when I say this, Ken, it always has to be a bad guy and a good guy. Manny's the good guy, Angelica good guy. He's a congressman. He's a philanthropist. He takes care of his people to a fault. And I guess Mayweather's the bad guy. He's the street guy. He may have some convictions, and the media plays off that. And we as human beings, we play off that. And we want to always have the perpetual battle of good versus evil.
You, more than any professional fighter, I mean, people can talk about Liston and some others, but more than anybody else, you relished, I'm this badass, no robe, black shoes, no socks. Is that a myth when you're in it, and is it real?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's just what it is. That's just how, in terms, that's how I was rolling back then. That was my frame of mind, and in order to be the best at what I do, I couldn't do it being Mike Tyson from Brooklyn, New York, from a bad neighborhood and tough. It just wasn't going to work. I had to, look at myself greater than I actually was.
What do you think Floyd is going through being, you didn't have a whole lot of bodyguards around you. You've had some people around.
I have friends around me.
You had all of your people around you were trusted friends.
Well, at least I believe they were.
At least you believe that. Yeah. What do you think, what does it take to perform at this height? Is Floyd feeling any pressure right now?
I watched him at the press conference, and he's really, he doesn't have any malevolent thoughts or anything. He's just calm, waiting for the storm. When you're calm like that, you control. He's waiting to get in the center of the storm, And it's ironically, mostly when most top fighters at that level, they appear more nervous outside of the ring than they do in the ring because they know what they can do in the ring, and they know it's a reality now. And I've done this thousands of times. I know to take care of myself. This is what I've been trained to do.
Now, obviously, Floyd is going to be the guy who is going to be running, so to speak, and Pacquiao is going to be the guy who's pursuing. You fought most of your life in a style kind of like Manny Pacquiao. What do you do to chase the rabbit, corner him, and hunt him down?
Well, it's going to be very difficult. This is a really unique rabbit because when you corner him and hunt him down, he's going to come back. It's incoming. So Pacquiao's going to have to prepare for that. He has an arsenal of weapons that people are really not, they're oblivious to. He has an amazing blinding left hook that you don't even see coming, the one that he dropped Marquez with. And Pacquiao can't rush in without being anticipated of moving and getting out of the way because it's lightning fast. I don't care how fast anyone is, you just don't see it coming. He has a great double right hand, which I've seen nobody in the history of boxing thrown. So he's gonna have his plate full, Pacquiao, I believe, if Mayweather's up to par. But I'm not saying he can't be successful and win. I just know if they're both at the top of their game, it's going to be a very exciting fight.
I couldn't help but notice on on one of your countertops over there a poster with boxers, all game changers. Sugar Ray Robinson, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Sugar Ray Leonard. Floyd Mayweather is on that poster. Is Floyd Mayweather a game changer?
There's no doubt he is. For a young man from Grand Rapids, I don't know what his lifestyle was like back then, but for a young African-American man to come from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and from what I hear, he didn't come from the best of neighborhoods, he didn't have the best of life, and for him to raise the bar in boxing will also inspire other people to supersede that. They come from these impoverished neighborhoods. So he inspires people without even trying. Just accomplishing goals just inspires people. Just like Muhammad Ali and Roberto Duran did me. Once I see Duran fight Leonard the first fight, and Ali came to visit me when I was like 10 years old in that reformatory. But when I saw Duran and Leonard fight, the first fight, I said, this is what I'm gonna do with my life. I just knew this is what, I wasn't even sure about what, I was playing around with boxing, but when I saw the fight, I said, this is what I wanna do. This is, I'm gonna be monogamous to this. Now, and other people, other young kids from other parts of the country will see him, and maybe parts of the world say, this is what I'm gonna do, because I was in that situation like him.
Now, you're a boxing historian.
Well, I know a little about boxing.
Bro, you know a lot about boxing. Is it not cool that Floyd has not really embraced the people who opened the doors for him? I've heard that there was a big event here in Las Vegas for Muhammad Ali. Mr. Mayweather did not attend that event. And I've heard other instances where there has been blatant lack of respect or not embracing those who've opened the door for him. Your thoughts about that?
I don't know.
Has he embraced you?
Maybe he's not conscious of it. I was always conscious because I always was a custom model, and he had the greatest profound veneration for the fighters. He loved fighters. That was his whole thing. He just loved the fighters, and it tinkled down to me. I love fighters. Red, black, blue, white. I don't care. I love fighters. I just love fighters. That's just who I am. If I was a woman groupie, I would only date fighters. I just love fighters, and maybe he's not from that school or that spear. Maybe he struggled so hard that he's bitter, and he wants to only be the only one. It just doesn't work like that. I don't know. It just doesn't work like that. I don't know. We have to ask Floyd that.
And Mike, I've never had personally a lot of money. You've had a lot of money. What is it like when you have that kind of money that Floyd is having?
I don't know. Well, in my time, I don't know. You just know no one's ever gonna love you. You go through the motions, but in all actuality, it's gonna be very difficult to receive love when you have all that money. Unless it's been a camaraderie from the beginning to the start with your mate, but it's gonna be very difficult. Because normally from where we come from, it's going to be very difficult for us subconsciously and consciously to think of ourselves good enough to marry up. We're going to feel comfortable where we're at, with people who we believe understands our life, or whatever the situation may be. We're never going to see that grab the golden goose. It's going to take us to another level. We're always going to stay, we're going to be the ones raising the level. There's going to never be anyone that's going to take you to that level. You're going to always have to keep climbing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's going to be very difficult to get love when you're wealthy. Because the two don't go together. The love of it goes with the money, but not the love of the individual. Mm-hmm. We know that from where we're from. 60% of marriages and then divorces, and that's just the laymen, the 9-to-5 guys that are married. It's very difficult to be happy, to reach togetherness, and have a bond, to really think that me and this person we're my last heartbeat, she's gonna be with me. Her last heartbeat, I'm gonna be with her. That sounds romantic, but in all actuality, not many people can walk that walk. I don't even know if I can walk that walk. This is my third divorce. But you know, just when it comes down to it, when it comes really down to it, so much happens in between a relationship with a man and a woman romantically. So much happens, you know, and it's all about what you can take and what you can't take, how much you can endure.
I want to switch gears a little bit to the middleweight division.
Okay.
Gennady Golovkin, in a lot of people's opinion, is being hailed as the middleweight Mike Tyson. You ever saw him fight, and what do you think of him?
I think he's a pretty good fighter, real hard puncher. He just walked through everybody. I don't know, maybe somebody will fight him. You know, I'm trying to find out the guys that should fight him. Maybe Canelo, Ward doesn't want to come down. Maybe they should just, he should go up 2 pounds and Ward should come down 2 pounds, and then they should fight. You know, 2 pounds wouldn't hurt Ward, and 2 pounds is not going to help this guy. So trust me, he's going to have to fight somebody to make that mega money. You know, Andre Ward needs him because he's very pervasive that he's the up-and-coming guy, and Ward is the what would he call it? Lineage champion, and no one really knows who. No one knows who he is really.
Right, right.
You know,
because he hasn't fought anybody.
Yeah, well, he's a great fighter, but he's not. He doesn't pack the seats.
Right.
You know, you can get a guy that's not a good fighter, but he's exciting. He packs the seats.
Right.
A lot of knockouts that packs the seats. You know, explosive knockouts like Golovkin does. That really, people really like that stuff. You know.
You know, let's go to the heavyweight division just for a moment here. When you left the heavyweight division, that last Lennox-Lewis fight with you and Lennox, and Klitschko has just been, both of the Klitschkos, one's now retired, but Vladimir is just ruling the heavyweight division. What's your thoughts of Klitschko?
I think he's a very good fighter, very experienced fighter, and he can only fight what he has in front of him. You know, he can only fight what he has in front of him. And I don't know, it's just American people, this is what they want the heavyweight champion to look like. It's not Vladimir Klitschko. You know, that's just what it is. They want, it's, you know, what did Jim Jeffries said? It's reserved for the English-speaking language only, and that's how that's how America looks at it. I don't care if you're white. That's a foreigner. Many Americans, English-speaking people hold this belt, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. You know, they want the heavyweight to smash people dramatically, excitingly, competitively, not one-sidedly.
What do you see post-Klitschko? Deontay Wilder just beat Bermane Stiverne. What American do you see that could be the heir apparent?
I don't know, and I want to say, well, Deontay Wilder just doesn't have it, but who knows? That's what boxing is so unpredictable, because you think somebody doesn't have it and he wins the title, and now all of a sudden the wheels in his brain is working the right way instead of the wrong way. They get more confidence, they get more courage, and you know, maybe winning the heavyweight champion will change him and he become a whole fighter.
When you look at the most popular sports in all of America, somewhere down in 9 or 10, you flip a switch, and there's boxing versus UFC. What's your opinion on boxing versus UFC?
Well, listen, it's just not boxing. It's just two forms of fighting. And UFC is more exciting than the boxers now. But still, when you have a big super fight, like a guy like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, you know, the finance is so incredulously unbelievable that nothing could even match it. But collectively, UFC wins. Individually, the two fighters win. And because they're two boxers, they allow boxing to be big. You know, but the corporation of boxing and UFC, boxing doesn't even have a corporation.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're outlaws. They don't even have a corporation. UFC has a corporation, so collectively with their corporation, they're bigger than boxing. But boxing, as its individual fighters are concerned, are bigger than the whole sports combined.